Hi everybody, it's Mark Fenton. It is a pleasure to be with you all, a real privilege, and I've got to tell you, it's a joy to be joining Rod Tully, my good friend, who's really been an instrumental player in the whole Walk 21 movement. It's a really important gathering that we have here today, and I'm honored to be a part of it, even just briefly, and to offer the challenge that I'm going to offer for your work this afternoon, because I think we really have a monumental challenge. This is not just a little thing. I mean, the fact that you have the Secretary of Transportation and the Surgeon General join you gives you a sense of the scale. This is not just a transportation problem. This is not just a health problem. This is a vast sort of issue that faces the entire nation that we've really got to think about. Now, here's the interesting thing. I'm not with you today because I'm, as you're watching this, leading walk audits in Pierre, South Dakota. Last week it was Des Moines, Iowa. Next week it's South Bend, Indiana. And I got to tell you, there's a theme that I'm seeing across the country as I do this work that I'm sure many of you are running into. And this is the challenge for us. I believe we've been winning battles, but losing the war. I feel like we're getting good progress in pockets around the country or in particular areas. We've got some schools where, yeah, lots of kids are walking to school, but we've got the vast majority where they aren't even tuned into this yet. We've got towns that are building sidewalks or making better land use decisions so that different land uses are close together and you can actually walk from where you live to work and play and shop. But we've got vast swaths of the countryside where we aren't doing any of that yet. We've got to stop winning battles, and we've got to start winning the war. And we've got to think about systematic changes. Look, I've had these experiences in my own town. I've served on my local planning board. I know how hard it is to do, but that's what's before us. A wonderful multi-use trail that connects a downtown business district and residential area with a commuter rail station with regular high-frequency train service into Boston. What could be better? The perfect walking path for a daily commuter. And the good news is we know people who regularly use transit actually do tend to walk more and get more daily physical activity. The problem is we design our systems the wrong way. You get to the train station here from that lovely trail and you find the dominant feature are massive parking lots that offer low-cost parking, so the incentive is for the vast majority of people to drive rather than to walk to the train every day. A nice sidewalk in a mega home subdivision that was permitted while I served on the planning board. Happy to see the sidewalk here. But lose the war. No sidewalk connecting from the subdivision just a quarter mile to the elementary school where all the kids living there have to go every day. It's just a quarter mile. We can't build that much sidewalk. Win a battle. A Main Street redevelopment project that includes retail on the first floor, residential above, including affordable units, so that the people who live there can walk to all their essential needs. We're talking grocery store, hardware, post office, bank, everything they need, they can walk to. They don't have to start a car. But lose the war, because we permit untold thousands of subdivisions every year with no sidewalks, cul-de-sac dead ends, distant from any services at all, so that by definition, you couldn't walk to anything even if you wanted to. Every trip has to be by car, by design. How about a wonderful affordable housing project which had required sidewalks, but the developer ran out of money, so he left them out. And do you know what planning boards and city councils all over the country say when faced with this? Well, there's no sidewalks out on the main road anyway, and they're too far away to walk to anything, so why even worry about it? Win a battle. The Department of Transportation is rebuilding a highway bridge, so people come out and say, include facilities for pedestrians, so nice wide shoulders for bicyclists, a wonderful side path here for pedestrians. We win the battle, but we lose the war because the bridge doesn't connect to any sidewalks on either end, and there's no way to walk to any destinations. So what good is it? I've got to ask, are you willing to take the plunge? Because I am. We've got to stop just winning battles. We've got to start winning the war. Take the plunge with me. We got to do this. Okay. Maybe you don't have to do that, but I've composed myself now. And I'm entirely serious. We've got to think about systemic solutions. We've got to think about solutions where no school board in the country is satisfied with building another consolidated school out on the edge of town where every kid is going to be driven by car or by bus. Where we really rethink rebuilding our downtown elementary schools in walkable neighborhoods, where no economic development coordinator would ever consider abandoning Main Street, but rather invest all of their energy in saving Main Street so that people can walk to shops and to all their day-to-day services and actually see their friends on the street when they're out walking. Where lenders actually want to give money to developers to build these kinds of communities. And we don't want to just do it for the folks that are wealthy enough to get in their cars and drive to a nice multi-use trail, or the folks that are white-collar workers that can take walking meetings and, physical activity breaks. No, we have to build a system so that it happens for every American. That's the challenge. I want you to think this afternoon, how do we fundamentally change how we do transportation planning, land use, and all of our health outreach and behavior change programs to encourage routine daily walking by everybody in the country. Take the plunge. Let's start winning the war, not just winning battles. Thank you for letting me join you guys. Have a great rest of the conference. I can't wait to take a walk with a lot of you. And I promise, no jumping off bridges on those walks.